9 o'clock was kind of early before, now it's really early. You can bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart, or feet apart, knees together, or just flat out Shavasana style. Hi, Joe. Taking a moment to just check in with your body. Do a little inventory scan from your tips of your toes up to the top of your head and just how everything's feeling. You know, I guess we're starting to adjust to this kind of new normal way of life, but it's still weird and different, and you know, our bodies are probably still just adjusting. Definitely our minds are adjusting. And start to become a little more aware of your breath, just little by little. So it doesn't have to be the deepest ujjayi breath right out of the gate. You can let some exhales go out the mouth. Again, just sending a little more attention to the areas that are asking for it. Maybe trying to smooth out the breaths by counting to yourself, or count in, pause at the top, or count out, pause at the bottom. I feel like sometimes if we count the breath like that, it could also bring just a little more focus and draw you into your space, as well as creating calm and grounding. If you want to change the position of your legs for the last couple breaths here, go for it. You pick the one that you never do, like the soles of the feet wide and the knees together. And then together, however you have your legs and arms and all of that, take a deep breath in through your nose as deep as you can and pause at the top. And then an equally deep exhale out of your mouth. Let it all go. And then start to return to that even breath, starting to breathe in and out through the nose. Gather your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Sorry, you just have to. Take your knees a few circles in each direction. And then when you're feeling even, knees together, legs to the sky. Point and flex a couple times. And really separate your toes. Add a few circles with the ankles if you haven't already. And then re-find your stillness. Bend your knees just to 90 degrees. So have knees over hips and calves parallel to the mat. Oh, my shark is passing through. Hopefully he's going to behave. Bring your hands onto your thighs and just resist your thighs back into your hands. Keep your knees over your hips, so don't let them come in toward your face. Keep your head down and just suck your belly in and find that resistance and stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go a little. Keep your legs how they are. Bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide. And then from here, again, keeping knees over hips. So try not to let the knees pull in. Lift your torso, lift your head, lift your shoulders. Just a crunch and just holding. So we're just holding at the top, really drawing the belly in, elbows wide. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let that head come down. Keep the legs up if you can. This little tabletop position. If you had a block, you could even try, I don't know, try balancing the block on your shins. We're just gonna do one more round. Maybe that keeps you honest. Elbows wide, torso up, belly in for 4. If I knew everybody had a block, I'd add on 3, 2, and 1. Come down if you use the block. Put it back to the side. This time, keep your right knee bent. Stretch your left leg long to hover off the mat. And again, try not to let the right knee, it wants to come in closer. Keep it over the hip, 90 degrees. Stretch your left arm out to the right so it crosses the outside of the right leg. Keep your right hand behind your head. 10 little pulses to the right for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center, and if you haven't guessed it yet, we're just gonna do the other side and get it over with. Keep the left knee over the left hip. Extend the right leg long to hover. Lift both shoulders off the mat. Right arm out to the left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you can hug it all in. And we'll take a little twist. Move your hips to the right. Drop your knees to the left. Supine twist. Stretch your right arm out to the right and just soften your right shoulder. Keep sending your top hip, your right hip a little more forward as you send your right shoulder down. Come back to the smooth breath we had earlier if you kind of lost it during the core work. Take an inhale and exhale back up through center, and we'll do the other side. So a little shift of the hips to the left, knees to the right. Stretch out through your left arm, turn your palm to face up. That helps with the shoulder rolling down versus you put your palm down, your shoulder tips in. Stay here, lengthen through the left side body for 4. Use the breath, 3, 2, and 1. Next time you exhale, come back to center. Hug your knees in. Give yourself a few fun rock and rolls up and down on your back. And then we'll make it up to tabletop. Tabletop. Why should this night not be like any other night? Okay. Shoulders over wrists, knees under hips, fingers spread. We'll take a few cat-cows on your breath. Inhale, finding that arch, but not really thinking belly drop, right? Think length, shoulders back, tail lifts. Exhale, find your cat. Mine left, thank goodness. Okay, inhale. And exhale. Hi, Abba. Didn't see you before. Cynthia, Joe. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And just one more. Inhale here. And exhale. And then come to neutral. with your right leg, just glide your toes back on the mat. Keep your right foot down. Level hips, belly engaged. I'm going to take a modified Vashisthasana. So my back's going to be towards you. Just roll your right foot down to the mat. Right foot goes flat. Right arm goes up. You're facing the side. Modified Vashi. So if we come to a Vashisthasana in class at any point, you can take this version. It's on the list, but you never know. Float your right leg up to hip height if you like. You can reach your top arm forward. Belly in. Keep with your left hand, feel like you're unscrewing a jar. So you're like trying to turn your left pinky to the left. It's not really moving. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly return through center. Place the right hand down. Place the right knee down. Turn your fingers back towards your knees. Your palms are still down. And just rock forward and back a couple of times, finding a little wrist stretch. Of course, the more you sit back, the more you feel it. Feels good and bad at the same time. And turn your fingers back to face the front. We'll do the other side. So with your toes tucked, glide your left foot back, draw your belly in, and then roll to the right. Left foot comes flat, left arm to the sky. We peel open, and then hold. So again, find that jam jar with your right hand now, or whatever kind of jar you're opening these days. Reach up for the sky. Get long and open. And then possibly energize through that left leg. Flex your foot. Bring it up to hip height. Stretch your left arm up and over your ear. So like a big extended modified half moon for 4. Belly in 3. Good job, you guys. 2. And 1. Bring that left hand down. Left knee down. Both hands root firmly down into the mat. Strong arms. Belly in. Pick your knees up off the mat just a couple inches. Find a little hover. Find a little cat back. So really pull your belly in. Pull your tailbone down for 4. 3. Maybe knees could be a little bit lower. 2. 1. Keeping the core engaged. Downward facing dog. Lift it up and back. Press away with your fingers. Almost feel like you can lift your wrists off the mat. The heels of your hands, I should say, like that. Take a few petals here if you'd like. You can come on your toes. We all have our little first down dog rituals, so take it now. Get the wiggles out. And then find your way to stillness in your down dog. So down dog is a shape that we visit probably every class and maybe more often than most of the shapes. So just refine it, strong straight arms, feel that little turnout with the hands. Keep lifting and spreading through your sit bones, drawing your belly in, don't let the belly drop in this pose. And walk your hands back to your feet. Check your feet, have them be hip distance and parallel. You can softly bend your knees, of course. And then hang out here in your Uttanasana for a couple breaths. Head heavy, a little swaying. Getting a stretch through the back line of your body. So back of the legs, spine. And then release your hands. Bring them to a comfortable place that you can touch. You can soften your knees if you can't touch the mat. Maybe you're on fingertips or forearms to shins or even up on a prop. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Feel the length come from your tailbone up and out through the crown of your head. Exhale, fold in. Inhale again for Ardha Uttanasana. Feel like your weight's moving a little more toward the front of your feet, hugging your outer hips in. Exhale, fold in. One more time, we'll pause. Inhale, come up and pause. If you have your hands on the mat, just walk them up to your shins just so you can get your torso a little more parallel to the mat, even to your thighs if you wanted. Bring your hands to your hips now, elbows to the sky. Keep engaging through your core. Press down into your feet. Inhale to rise all the way up to stand. Really good. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. So just standing here in Tadasana at the back of your mat. If you wanted to take a quick look down and see if your feet didn't move. And then feel very nice, nice ball and bar. Bring your inner thighs back and your belly in so you stand nice and tall. Half Surya A. Inhale, big reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Find that shift toward the front of your feet. Exhale, fold in. Inhale to rise. Exhale, hands to your heart, Tadasana. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, lengthen, so just linking breath to movement here. Exhale, fold, forehead to shins. Inhale, rise, engage your core, root down through your feet to rise. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more, inhale, reach up, thighs back, belly in. Exhale, forward fold, keep your flat back as long as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in and walk yourself forward. Come to plank pose, top of a push-up. So shoulders over wrists, heels over toes, but everything else is kind of the same. Our fingers are pressing down, our pinky fingers are wrapping out to the outside edges of our mat without really moving. Belly's drawing in always. Inner thighs are wrapping back. Hold here just for 4. Belly in a lot. Press the mat away. Even think of a little bit of a cat back. 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Try not to move your hands and feet. If you do, it's fine. Again, inhale up on your toes. Really engage your core like cat, and then start to make your way back to plank. And when you get there, come a little more forward to your tippy toes. Keep your ears in line with your shoulders. Don't drop your head. You're peering out over the edge of a cliff, your yoga mat. Take one more breath in. Exhale all the way back to your down dog. Super slow, let your core take you there. Press out through all 10 fingertips. Lift the hips. Last time, inhale up on the toes, belly in. Roll forward into your plank. Come that extra bit forward and then knees up or knees down. Chaturanga. Elbows move back, heart keeps moving forward, all the way to your belly. Release the tops of your feet and really click down your toenails. So really think of that baby toenail even getting to the mat. So much you feel your quads engage and your kneecaps lift. Take your hands wider than your mat. Take 4 wide cobras. Inhale. Really lift and spread across the collarbone. So good, Ellen. Nice, Abba. If you guys, I'm looking at all of you right now. Okay, lower down. 3 more. Inhale, lift up. Except those of you, I can't see, Julie, you're too low. Lower. Inhale, come up. Nice, Lacey. Here, I see your head. Lower. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Bring your hands back alongside your rib cage. Just press into the mat. Come to tabletop and downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg to the sky. Exhale, just one time, knee to nose. Find that little cat back in plank. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, right foot steps forward by your right thumb. Left knee comes down, Anjaneyasana. Climb it up any way you like. You can start with hands on thighs and then move two arms to the sky. You can have your back toes tucked or top of your foot flat, whichever serves you better for balance. Belly in. Nice, Vera, good pose. Bring your hands to the back of your head like we did those crunches earlier. Just separate your elbows. Yeah, lean your head into your hands and take a little back. So let your hands support your head. Lift with the heart, not with the neck and the chin. Inhale, bring your torso back up to center and twist to your right. So again, my back's gonna be to you. Just twist your torso to your right. Keep pulling your elbows back. Soften your shoulders, draw your belly in. Extend your arms like warrior two arms. Good job, you guys. Twist a little deeper if you've got it. Stay for 4. Sink forward, but let your arms pull you back. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come back up with both arms. Exhale, hands to the mat for Ardha Hanuman. So we're gonna straighten out through our right leg. Maybe you back up your left knee or scoot your right heel forward. Inhale, lengthen here. And exhale, either forehead to shin, or you could just keep the length on your inhale, ears in line with shoulders. Regardless, keep pulling your right toes back towards your face. Try to drop your right hip. Lengthen through your spine. Take a couple more breaths. It's gonna be a little bit funky, so you can opt out, but let's let your right foot drop kind of toward the right. So think of just letting it do a little turnout. Mine, it doesn't come down, it just kind of turns awkwardly out to the right, but it gets a different kind of a stretch. And then let the right toes come up through center. Turn the right toes toward the left. And maybe then you put your right foot down and feel the stretch all the way up the top of your ankle. Again, hate it, don't do it. Just for like a breath or two. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Inhale, shift into a lunge. Lift your left knee up. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway up, Ardha. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Side bend here. Inhale, reach up with your right hand, take your left wrist, get long, and then bend to your right. Keep drawing your inner thighs back and your belly in. Elbow down. And then inhale back up to center. I love the side bend. Switch your clasp, get long through the right side body, and then take it over to the left. Keep drawing your thighs back, soften your shoulders any amount. Inhale up to center, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Place your hands flat, step back, plank. Shift forward, tippy toes. Decide knees up or knees down, and then lower, slow chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Remember the feet. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, shift to plank, cat your back. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale with that same control. Left foot steps softly forward by the left thumb. Right knee comes down. Pad up your knee if you want to. Anjaneyasana. Now you know what you're going to need for a long time, so maybe you grabbed your pad, your towel. Good. So really start by just lengthening up through your side body, drawing your belly back. And then hands come behind the head, elbows open wide. Again, just make that nice pillow for your head with your hands, and then inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, go back. Keep sinking forward into the left knee, so we're not upright. We're still getting a stretch in the right hip flexor. Good. Stay here for a couple more breaths. Opening up across the chest is so important these days when we find ourselves hunched over all of our devices in day-to-day life. Inhale, come back up to center. And on an exhale, take your twist toward the left. Keep opening the elbows, drawing the belly back. And then inhale, open the arms. Maybe that allows you to twist a little bit deeper, pulling the left side of your rib cage, your obliques toward the back. Try to keep your torso centered over your hips without losing the bend in the front knee. I know it's crazy. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Ardha Hanuman, just as necessary. Peel the left toes back. We'll stay here for a couple breaths, and then we'll do the little funky left to right thing. Just fold in, feel the stretch along the back of your leg. Soften your shoulders, any amount. And then everybody inhale, find a little halfway lift, and then decide if you want to try dropping your left foot toward the left, so kind of going out on a 45-degree angle. Pinky toes still probably off the mat, mine is. And then inhale, rotate back up through center, and then the funky way over toward the right. See if you can set your whole foot down this time and really feel a stretch on the top of your left ankle. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to center. Inhale for length, and then exhale, place your left foot down, lift your right knee up, step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's go with the shoulder stretches, the side stretches again, because they're nice. Inhale, reach up. Right hand takes left wrist. Just one big exhale to the right. Stretch. And then let your inhale bring you up to center. Switch your clasp and stretch it to the left. Inhale, bring it up to center. Exhale, dive it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Place your hands, step back, plank. And then from your plank pose, just drop your knees. So everybody drop knees. I know that was a late cue. You might have already floated all the way through. So come to a modified plank here on your knees, belly in. We're just gonna alternate we're gonna tap our opposite shoulder. So your left hand, to your right shoulder, and then left hand comes down, right hand to left shoulder, and down. Try to find a little pause, a little balance, and alternate side to side. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, 5. One side's harder. 4. Try not to rock too much. 3, 2, and 1. Come back to plank. Yogi's choice. You guys can take a chaturanga or skip it. Leave it down dog. Hips are high. Arms are strong. Inhale, lift your right leg up and open through your hip. Send your left heel, your back heel down toward the mat. Get nice and long through the back of that left leg. Right knee could bend and you can circle if you haven't already. Try to lift the left shoulder up slightly if it's dumping down. And then inhale, level off your hips. Exhale with control, right foot steps forward, up between your hands. Left heel spins flat, warrior two. Come on up, take your time. Rearrange your feet if you need to when you get to the top. Check for front heel to back arch. I always need to do a little rearranging. Center your torso over your hips. And then just settle in. A warrior two is another pose we probably visit quite often in our practice. So bend the front knee, scoop the right butt, pull the left thigh back. From here, we're going to stay with warrior two legs and add eagle arms. Flip your palms. Take your left arm underneath your right, and then either go for palm to palm, hand to hand, or you could find opposite elbows, opposite shoulders. Lift your elbows. Press your forearms forward. Even if you're here, try to bring your elbows up to hip, shoulder height. Sink a little deeper in your front knee. Stay for 4, getting a stretch across the back of your shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Keep the eagle arms. Straighten out through your right leg. Parallel your feet. So turn all 10 toes a long way on your mat. Inhale, lift a little up and back. Exhale, forward fold. If you need to soften your knees with the eagle arms. So instead of trying to pull your elbows back through your legs, try to send your fingers forward, forward, forward off your mat or in front of your mat. Keep tipping your weight more forward toward the front of your feet. Take one more breath in. Exhale, release the clasp if you haven't already, and just sink your head a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine. Bring your hands to your hips. Keep that length, keep that core. Press into the feet, rise up. Turn your right foot toward the front of the room from whence we came, and triangle pose. Do you want to use a block? Block outside of your right ankle, any height, or block substitute. Extend your arms, engage your thighs. Hinge, hinge, hinge until you can't anymore. Right hand comes down, it's outside of your right ankle. It's where your right shin and your right wrist could connect. And then we peel open. Good, nice. So keep reaching that left arm for the sky. Nice, Bob, there you go. That was good. Good, Don. Stay here for 4. If you have any other variations you like with that left arm at this point, you can. If you like a half bind or extension forward. 3. Keep the shoulders rolling back. 2. And 1. If you have an arm variation, just re-extend left arm to the sky. Take an inhale. Exhale, let the left hand come down. Come to a lunge facing forward. And come to lizard here. So wiggle your right foot more toward your right. Back knee could stay up or down. We are going to be here for a few breaths. So you can lower your back knee. And come down onto your forearms if that's accessible for you, or onto a block. And just stay and breathe. If you wanted to turn your right foot on its side, you could do that, turn it out at that 45-degree angle. Just make sure that your right knee is still stacking on top of your right ankle, that it didn't get way out like that. Even if you're turning it open to the side, start with it stacked. If you kept your back knee up, let's see if anybody did. If you kept your back knee up, I don't think any of you did, but you probably want to get a little more lift through the right side, left side of your butt in this pose. Okay, from here, come back up onto your hands, and then keep your hands to the inside of your right foot. Lift your left knee up and then step your left foot forward so you land in Malasana squat at the top of your mat. Okay, so step wide with that left foot, good, Julie. Good. Hands to your heart. Take our usual chest opening stretch that we take in Malasana. Reach your right arm out to your right. Place it to the inside of your right leg and then twist your left arm open. Nice, good, you're at. Yeah, you got it, Dawn. Keep peeling open, open, open for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back through center, and we'll do the other side. So reaching your left arm out to the left, keep your left arm to the inside of your left leg, and then peel open. Keep pressing both knees open. Soften the shoulders, draw the belly in for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to your heart. And then just find your way to Uttanasana. Place your hands down, straighten out your legs. Heel toe your feet in a notch so they're more hip distance. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, step back, plank. Flow through your vinyasa, knees up or down. Take a big cobra or up dog, and then downward facing. Inhale, lift your left leg up and open your hip. So keep lifting from the outside of your left butt. Send your right heel down toward the mat. Bend the left knee if you haven't already and you want to. Stay for a couple breaths. Belly in, shoulders level. And then inhale, level off. Keep that left leg lifted. Step it through, warrior 2, left side. Peel open. I think I'm gonna just turn around and face you guys, but just stay how you are. Warrior 2. So arms are extended parallel to the mat, torso nice and straight up and down over the hips, not out there. We're gonna do that in a minute. Pull your back thigh back, bend your front knee deep. I'm gonna take those eagle arms, lift your palms. Sweep the back arm under the front arm, so right under left, either palm to palm or bear hug. Elbows up to shoulder height. Press forearms away, sit a little deeper. Stay here, belly in. And then keep the eagle arms. Inhale, straighten out through your left leg. Parallel your feet. Inhale, take a big lift like a back bend, look up. And exhale, fold in. And then with these eagle arms, keep pressing your fingers forward to get that stretch across the top of your back, the back of your shoulder. For 4, keep spinning your inner thighs up and back. 3, 2, and 1. Let the hands go. Let the head drop a little lower. And then bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen, engage. Hands to hips. Thighs engaged, press down to rise up. And triangle left side. So turning the left toes forward. If you're using your block, place it outside of your left ankle, kind of by your shin. And then think about your back foot, really root down through the right foot. As you inhale, extend forward, and then left hand down, right arm up. Nice Bob and Barb, good job. Nice Vera, Ellen. Everybody's got beautiful triangles. Lacey, Tara, I see all. Dawn, Julie, Abba, Ellen, and Ellen. So keep the inside edge of your left foot down. At the same time, scoop the left side of your butt toward your right heel. If you want to take those arm variations, you like to do something with your right arm, you can. Half bind is nice, really opens the shoulder. And then if you're bound or anything funky, inhale, unwind. Exhale, release, come to a lunge facing forward. We'll take lizard on your left side, so opening your left foot more to the left. Deciding right knee up or down. Check that your left knee is still over your left ankle, not way out in front. And then settle in for a few breaths. So settling in here, maybe you poke the right side of your butt up slightly. If you just feel like you dump all your weight into it, that could be too much. Stretch for the psoas. You could open your left foot more to the left on its side. Just take a couple breaths. See what's going on in your hips. Okay, from here, I'm going to come back up onto your hands. Again, keeping the hands to the inside of the left foot. Lift the right knee if it's down. Step yourself up into your malasana again. So you're back in malasana. I'm going to face you. You don't have to turn. So you can stay here. You can take the same side stretch we took before. You could crawl forward. I'm giving you choices, of course. The final choice is Bakasana, crow pose, if anyone wants to play with that. Placing the hands down, bringing the feet a little closer together, the hips up high, the heels up high. Try to get your knee into your armpit. That might not sound the best right now, but hugging your elbows in and then shifting your weight forward. And maybe you're just balancing on your tippy toes like I am right now, and you're really turning those jam jars and you're gripping the mat with your fingers. And maybe a heel lifts up or another heel lifts up, and you draw your belly in and you can cat back and all those things we've done in class today. And maybe you don't. And then when you're ready, nice your card out. Ah! Then come back, flow through a vinyasa. Take your time, we'll meet at down dog. Maybe just step back to down dog. And from here, inhale, stretch your right leg back up to the sky. Again, open the hip. Take it a little further if you like. You could flip your dog by rolling towards your left slowly, carefully. Your left foot comes down flat and then your right toes flip over. You reach back, and this isn't for everybody, right? But some of you I know like it. Stay for a breath or two. Keep lifting up through your sternum. Take one more inhale. And exhale, slowly return it back as slow as you went. Lining your hands up on the same line. Come back to center, re-lift your right leg if you put it down. Take an inhale. Exhale, step your right foot forward, just into a high lunge. So fingertips are gonna stay down for a moment. Right knee over right ankle, left heel high. Inhale, send your heart forward. Exhale, fold in, straighten through your right leg. Maybe peel your toes back if that feels good for your hamstring. Inhale again, lunge. Exhale, fold in. 2 more like that. Inhale. Hands could be on blocks if you had 2 of them. Fold in, or whatever you're using for blocks. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale back to your lunge. Set your left heel flat. Find front heel to back arch. And we're going to come to side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. So from the ground up, if you can, if you just need to bring your right forearm up onto your right thigh. You can stay with your hand on the mat or a block. If you can get into it without coming up to warrior 2 first, try that. And then left arm to the sky. Good, everybody has got it. Scooping the right sit bone under, pulling the left thigh back. Stay here, sweep your top arm up and over your ear for full extension. So think about rooting the outside edge of the left foot down as you stretch through the left fingers for 4. Belly back and in. Keep swiveling open. 3. Shoulders back. 2. And 1. Let the left hand come down. Come back to your lunge facing forward. Give yourself a little more space if you need, left to right, and then twist open to your right. Right arm to the sky. So big twist here. Rolling both shoulders back, drawing the belly button in. We're going to take this twist into Vashisthasana, side plank. Planting your left hand down, rolling to the outside edge of your left foot. Swiggling that right foot back until it either stacks or staggers with the left, or you come back down to the knee down version that we did at the very beginning. That's why we did it. Top arm could come up and over your ear, or any other fancy variations you might like with the right leg. We're only doing it once for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Find your way to plank. Wrist creases on the same line, and then decide vinyasa or not. We'll meet it, down dog. Inhale, lift your right leg. I know it's the same leg we lifted before, to the sky. Exhale, step your right foot forward. This time, step your left foot in a notch, just so you can, did I say notch? Straighten both legs and square your hips for pyramid pose. So just a shorter stance, 2 straight legs. Inhale, extend through your heart, and exhale, fold forehead to shin. So you should definitely have both feet flat on the mat. That means that your left heel is rooted down. Your right foot is down. Your right hip moves back. Right, make sure you're didn't step your foot in too many notches where you're not feeling anything. And then inhale, re-lengthen, look forward. Crawl your fingers forward, come to a standing split at the top of your mat. For a moment, just hang out here, level off your hips. Turn your left toes toward the mat. If you want to play with balance of any sort, so that could be balance on your foot, right? You could bring your right hand to your right calf, left hand, try to balance with no hands, or try to balance on your hands, right? Just, you're in your house, you know your furniture, don't take out the cat. Arms would be strong and straight, and maybe just a little pop up where you get your both feet off the mat. And maybe not on this side for me, but both feet come up, maybe, off, maybe. And then release when you're ready. Everybody left foot down next to the right. Inhale here, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. So the handstand business is just for fun, something to play with, gets your heart rate up. Okay, I'm gonna face you, stay facing where you're facing. Do a little hip stretch before we go to the other side. So stand on your left foot, right knee up in front, and then as you're ready, figure four. Flex the right foot, sit deep. I like hands to the heart. You could bring your hands to the mat or to blocks if you need for balance. And then stay. Keep lifting the right side of your butt up a little bit, and then take the whole butt back. Stay for four. If you can get any deeper, 3, 2, 1, release your hands to the mat. Unwind back up into a standing split. Take an inhale and exhale, step back, vinyasa or not. We'll meet at down dog, regroup. Kind of a long sequence of stuff, and I promise I'm going to try to remember it all on the second side. If I don't, you can have permission to unmute and tell me. Okay. From here, inhale, left leg lifts. We open the hip. Stay with your original version or take it to flip dog super slow. Think about rolling to your right hand, letting your right foot, the one that's on the mat, come flat. And then lightly come off of those left fingers. Land the left toes and peel open. And stay for 4, 3, 2, 1. If you flip, try to come back nice and slow like you went over. Place the left hand down in line with the right. Swivel back to your 3-legged down dog. Inhale. And exhale, step it forward into a lunge. So before we go anywhere, we're just going to go through that little joint mobility movement a couple of times. Inhaling here in your lunge. Exhale, folding in, straightening the left leg, maybe peeling the left toes up if it feels good. Inhale, lunging. Nicely, see. Exhale, folding. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more full round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, come back to your lunge. Set your right foot flat and try to line up your front heel to your back arch. Come to Parsvakonasana, side angle pose. So again, try to go from the ground up. So you could place your forearm on your thigh. You could place your hand on your block. And then you peel open. And again, I'm just gonna flip it so I can face you. I like to use my block over the thigh just because then I don't feel like I'm pressing so much weight into my thigh with that top elbow. So if you are using your thigh because you like it or because you don't have blocks, just try not to be too heavy. Pull this thigh, your back thigh back as you're still bending your front knee and scooping. And then maybe extend the top arm or half bind it. Keep peeling open. Keep reaching long. For 4, keep drawing your belly button in. 3, 2, one more inhale. And exhale, refind your lunge facing the front of your mat. And then twist open to your left. So big twist open. Good, you guys. So yeah, just keep rolling your shoulders back, drawing your belly in, pick that back thigh up a little bit higher. There you go, good job. Take it, either you could stay here, even though I didn't say that on the first side, or we'll take it to Vashisthasana, your variation. So the hand that's on the mat, your right hand is flat, it never moves. You roll to the outside edge of your right foot. The left foot can squiggle, 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 maybe stop halfway, maybe stagger long, or stack. Or right knee could come down. And then from here, keep thinking tailbone toward the heels, hips high. We extend the top arm up and over for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release, find your way into a plank, and then downward facing dog. Or vinyasa, but maybe just a down dog this time. This is where I feel like I missed something, but we're okay, right? I think so. Okay. From this down dog, we'll finish it off with the standing poses. Inhale, your left leg up. Exhale, step your left foot forward and then shorten your stance. So hop that right foot in just enough that you can straighten out both legs. Get that right heel firmly down to the mat. Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthening out through your spine, keeping the left hip hugging back, keeping the belly button drawing in, and then fold forehead to shin. And we'll stay for a few breaths. Keep hugging your elbows in to soften your shoulders. Keep pressing the right heel down and feeling like you could scrape it to the right even though it's not really moving. And then inhale, look forward, crawl forward, standing split on your left leg. Of course, you can reposition yourself any way you want on your mat. Press down through the left foot to get length. Try to hug that left hip back to the midline without letting the right leg fly out to the right like mine wants to do. And then play with balance if you want, one way or another, right on your foot or on your hands. Let's see what I got on this side. You're going for the handstand. You come up high on your left toes. Try to shift your weight a little more forward, and then you give it a little hop. Maybe. And then you drop your right foot down next to your left. Come into Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, rise, reach all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Okay, standing on your right foot, pick your left knee up. And find your figure 4. We'll sit back. Stretching out through the left hip, piriformis area. Flex your left foot. Lift the left side of your butt. Sit a little deeper. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. From this one, well, let's just take a forward fold and unwind the way we did before. Reach that leg up to the sky. We're gonna stay at the top of your mat, so just stay here. And then release, set the left foot down next to the right. Roll your way back up to stand. Sweep your arms up. Bring your palms to touch. Okay, so we're gonna do, like, you guys are over here too. I guess you've figured that out already. But we're gonna take eagle pose, so the full eagle variation, arms and legs. So just take a really easy kind of soft chair. We didn't even do chair pose today, so yay, but somebody tell Mike. Sit your butt back. You can bring your hands wherever to start. Just, we'll do the right leg first. Right leg first. Bring your left knee up. And then find your eagle wrap with the legs. So that's knee over knee versus the figure 4 that we just did. Maybe your toes wrap or they tap the mat. Stretch your arms out. And then take left arm under the right. Again, it could be a bear hug or it could be the palm to palm. Elbows up, forearms away. So once you have all or some of that, you could try to sit a little deeper. And then maybe you try to fold in. I'm gonna stay up, but if you wanted to fold forward, I'll try to show you. Fold forward, elbows in front of knees, like you're nesting your little eagle. Okay, I'm here, so I'm gonna stay here. So if you got here, elbows toward your shins for 4, wherever you are, 3, 2, and 1. We're just gonna slowly come back up the way we went down, and unwrap and shake it out. Okay. Let's do the other side and get it done, and then we're gonna get off our feet, I think. Okay, so standing on your left foot, or let's get that little chair. Just get the little soft bend in your knees, and then pick your right knee up. And then cross your right knee over your left. Hook or don't hook. Try to draw that right hip back so it's centered. Arms out. Right arm under. Any arm variation that works. And then decide, can I sit a little deeper? It's actually easier to balance, I think, if you sit a little deeper. And then maybe you fold it in, or you just stay here and sit deeper for 4, 3, 2, and 1, and we unwind and shake it off. Oh yeah, I know, it's getting hot in here under these lights. Okay, come on down to seated. Have some water if you need water. Good chance that we're not standing back up again. Okay. We're gonna come right into a bridge pose. So roll down onto your backs. Well, we may sit up again, but we're not gonna probably stand up again. Starting with bridge. Getting in a few back bends this morning. Just check that your feet are parallel. So I like to look down the side of my feet and make sure that my toes didn't wing out like a penguin. And then bring your heels back a little bit so you can graze your heels with your longest finger. I think you all know this. You've taken my class 100 times. Press your elbows down, lift your heart up. And then as you press into your feet, lift your hips as well. Once you get here, if this is all good, you can reach out, pinch the outside edges of your mat, apart and forward. You can wriggle your shoulders underneath you and clasp your fingers underneath you. And then just enjoy the back bend. Again, just getting the, not only the stretch for your back, it's called a back bend, but it's a super big front body opener, right? So again, for just the moments that we're feeling a little hunchy during the day, we're looking at the computer or the phone or whatever. Gotta reverse the curve. Take an inhale. And exhale. Lower yourself down. Stretch out your legs and roll to your belly and just roll from where you are. So just flipping over like a pancake. Sorry if you haven't had breakfast yet. I was talking about pancakes. We take Shalabhasana, locust pose. So another back bend just on our belly this time. Clasping your hands behind your back at your sacrum. Lift the shoulder heads up. And then inhale, lift your torso. Lift your head, but don't crank your neck. Just keep your gaze down and forward. Lift your feet as well if you like. Stay tall, belly in for 4, 3, 2, and one more inhale. Exhale, we lower. And we roll back to our back. So we're gonna do both of those things, or we're gonna do, yeah, both of those things one more time. So roll onto your back. And get the pancake good on both sides. Back to either one more bridge, or if wheel Urdhva Dhanurasana, sorry, just do both, is in your practice, you can go to Urdhva if you know how to do it. We're not really teaching it, but I know a lot of you are level 2, 3 people and you could do it. Press into your, yeah, I'm just gonna watch you guys because y'all look so good. Good, stay for 4. Good choices, nice with the blocks. 3, 2, some of you I can't see. 1, lower down. Take a moment. And let's take one more on your stomach. So roll over like a, I'm using the pancake one too many times. My daughter made carrot cake pancakes yesterday and they're so good. If I work really hard, I get to have some after this class. Okay, so we can either come back to Shalabhasana with your fingers clasped, or you could bend your knees. If Dhanurasana is in your practice, bow pose. Reach back for your ankles. Keep rolling your shoulders back. Lift your torso, lift your legs, press your hands into your feet or ankles and back the other way for 4. To rock a little. 3, 2, and 1. Let go of what you have. And then everybody just from right here, take yourself into a child's pose. Sit back, hips to heels. Knees apart, big toes touch. Arms forward or back. Take a couple breaths. Okay. Slowly peel yourself up from your child's pose. And then come to seated. You can turn around so you're facing what you consider the front of your mat again if you want. I understand getting turned around here. We're going to take Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, knees apart. Heels in as close as you want them. Let your knees press down. Try to keep your sitting bones on the mat. If you want to sit up on a blanket or something like that, you can. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, stretch it forward and hold it. So traditionally, we hold our feet, peel the balls of the feet open like the pages of a book. If you want to crawl your fingers forward, crawl your fingers forward. I kind of like crawling my fingers forward and pressing forward through your fingertips and sitting your butt back. So kind of like down dog arms where the fingers are pressing forward and the upper arms are rolling back. And it's like you're trying to stretch your sit bones back and spread them. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly crawl yourselves up. Keep your right heel in and stretch your left leg out to the side. I'm going to turn to face you, but you can stay however you guys want to be facing on your mat. So right heel's in, left leg is out. Drop your left arm to the inside of your left leg. Stretch your right arm up and then over your ear. You could take your right hand behind your head, lean your head back into your hand like we've done a couple times today to help heel open. Think of the left side of your rib cage really wrapping up toward the sky. Soften through your shoulders. Keep sending your right knee down toward the right. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, gaze down to come up. Press yourself up through seated. And we'll do the other side. So bringing the left heel in. So half Upavishta, like half of a straddle. Left, right toes are still active. Right hand to the inside. And if you have block or something like that, and that's helpful, you can rest your arm on that. If the floor seems too low. Reaching up and over, top hand behind your head, or reaching for your toes. Just trying to stay peeled open toward the front of your space. Shoulders soft, belly in. Stay for 4. Keep sending the left knee and left hip down and then lengthening all the way up and out through the left fingers. 3, like in side angle. 2, and 1. Gaze down, press yourself up, and open both legs. And if for some reason straddle's not for you, you prefer Paschimottanasana with the legs straight out in front of you, I'm good with either. I'm working on getting my straddle back, so I've been trying to do it a little more lately. Toes facing up. You can take your inner thighs and wrap them back. Inhale, and then exhale, crawl yourself forward any amount. Again, sometimes blocks or even a bolster or a couch pillow can become your best friend here. You could rest down on it. That's one of my favorite things that I always want to get to in class, and there's never enough bolsters. Just keep thinking of lengthening as you're folding. We're going to stay here a few extra breaths. If it gets quiet, just breathe into the space. Each exhale softens you down, grounds you down. Maybe you can crawl a little more forward. And then inhale, crawl yourself back up. Gather your knees in, hands behind the knees, gently pull them in if you pat them out, and then roll back down onto your back. This time we're not coming out until we're done. If you like to lie back, if you need to put a blanket or a towel down, do that. I feel like I need to. And then find a figure 4. So crossing right ankle up on top of the left. So we did it standing up earlier. Find your figure 4 and then decide if you want to go to thread the needle, go to thread the needle, holding behind the left thigh or in front of the left shin. If you want to go to baby cradle because you need a little bit more, you can lift your torso up slightly, get the sole of the right foot up into the left bicep, cradle your baby, And then lie back down. Extend your left leg out. And then think right foot lifts. Right knee presses forward, just like thread the needle, but then you're trying to pull your shin back towards you. So all those actions at the same time. Getting into the hip. And stay for a few breaths. I'm actually going to grab my towel because I feel sweaty. Okay, if you're in thread the needle, just set your left foot down to the mat. Keep your figure 4. If you're in baby cradle, find your way back to figure 4. Place your baby back down. And then we're gonna take that kind of twisted hip opener toward the left. So just gonna take this whole shape, this figure 4 shape, let the right foot drop down to the left. Maybe reach down with the left hand for the right ankle. Keep the right knee pointing up to the sky. So we'll do a full supine twist in a minute. So for this one, just keep thinking figure 4, right ankle connected to the top of the left knee, right knee pressing forward, right thigh, right hip. Stay for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bring it all back up to center. Take the right foot, place it back down on the mat. Take the left leg into figure 4. And just find it first. Take a moment. Really press the left knee open to the left. And then same options as on side 1. Traditional, thread the needle. Try not to engage too much into the biceps, the shoulders. Or go for your baby cradle. Each side is different, right? So left foot to right bicep, cradle, and then consider extending this leg out. If your head's off the mat, you could maybe prop it up on a block or a pillow. That might help. And then we're thinking foot up, knee away, and then shin closer to you. So you keep that nice figure 4-ish shape. Maybe it's figure 7 right now. Stay for a few breaths. Right, you know your hips, so you know what they can take. Okay, so slowly just return to your starting point where you're still in a figure 4 shape. Your right foot is back down on the mat. And then keep this shape, really keep pressing the left knee open and tip toward your right. So you might want to wiggle your right foot a little to the left. That could be helpful in getting there. You could reach down with your right hand for your left ankle. And then keep pressing that left knee forward and toward the sky. And breathe. Take one more inhale. And exhale, come back up through center. Uncross those legs. If you need to give them a little shake, give them a little shake. We're gonna retwist them up for one last pose. When you're ready, right knee all the way over the left. So more like our eagle legs. You could do the extra little bind, but you probably don't want to at this point. Lift your hips, shift them over to your right. Draw your twisted legs in and drop them to the left. So supine twist, again, one that I definitely go to a lot in class, especially at the end when you're open. Especially today, we did the eagle wrap. Soften down through your right shoulder, send your right hip forward, and you know, if you guys don't love the wrapped up legs as much as I do, you can always stack me on top of me. Just stay for a couple more breaths. You have a personal adjuster up there, huh, Tara? Nice. Where'd my assistant go? Take one more inhale. And exhale, unwind, return to center. I love it. I need to put my family to work. Cross your left knee over your right. Lift your hips, shift them over to the left. Draw your knees in and drop them to the right. Too bad we can't teach our pets to be more helpful. They just are out for sabotage. Good job. So as you're softening your left shoulder to the mat, you're drawing your left hip forward, creating space down the left side of your body. Maybe you even get a couple good cracks out of it. Close your eyes. Let your head just relax, whichever way it feels like turning. Take one more inhale. Exhale, return to center. And from here, for the next minute or so, just take what you need. So if you want to go right into Shavasana, by all means, head right into Shavasana. Happy baby, Supta Baddha Konasana. Something where your legs are just doing the same thing, getting a little shake out after the twisty twist. Maybe you're gonna go pick a song to put on in the background for Shavasana. I'm gonna work on the music thing, see what I can do about that. At least for Shavasana. And then as you're ready, we'll find our way there. Grab any props that you need that will make you feel more comfortable. And it's a little bit harder probably to take Shavasana at home by yourself or just, you know, other stuff's going on in the house, but allow yourself these last few minutes of stillness and rest. If you prefer to be seated in a seated meditation seat, you could go there. It's going to be a couple minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, so close your eyes and just give yourself this time to relax. Shavasana. We'll slowly begin to deepen your breath. And start to reawaken your body through subtle movements. Start small, fingers and toes, wrists and ankles. Just take what you need, work your way to a full body stretch, reaching long from end to end, fingertips to toe tips. And as you're ready, draw your knees in. Take a moment, roll to either side in fetal pose, keeping your eyes closed. And then gently press your way up to a comfortable seat. Keeping your eyes closed or just reclosing them when you get there. Just sitting nice and tall, lengthening up through the spine, opening up across the heart center. Together, we'll finish with just one big collective sigh. So take it in your own space. Deep inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it all go. Like everybody could hear you. Gather your hands together at heart center, sealing in your practice. Gently bow your chin towards your heart in a gesture of gratitude toward yourselves, your yoga practice, and the yogis around you. Thank you all so, so much for getting up this morning, coming out, taking this class with me. I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Stay cool, stay hydrated. Namaste. And also, as I come to unmute you, Christine is doing a workshop this afternoon. If you guys, I'm sure you've all heard about it. Hold on, this thing's not letting me do the unmute. There we go. And it's all about just, if you haven't seen the flyer, it's about the like 5 essential movements that we use in yoga, and just as we're getting used to practicing, you know, on our own, in our own homes, it could be just a nice refresher kind of thing. And, you know, I say it a lot in class, like, oh, pull this hip back, thighs back, tailbone down. It's a lot of the same stuff in all the poses. So it could be interesting. It's at 1:30 to 3:30. And I think you can sign up online.
Can I aggravate your
extra charge. It's not on your series, but anyway. I'm going to watch it or go to it or however you look at it. And, you know, maybe I'll see some of you.
Okay.
Have a good Saturday.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, you guys. I think we're like, this is our Saturday Zoom crew. I recognize everybody here was here last week, so I really appreciate it.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
It's a great class.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Looking at your faces one more time. Nice, Tara. Your husband was helping out there at the end.
I'm like, Erica usually stretches me. Hint, hint.
That was cool.
Yeah, it was
I was like, first I looked at the screen, I was like, what's going on up there? And then I'm like, oh, he's doing the stretch on her.
That was nice.
Yeah, it's fun. I've got you guys all up on my TV now, so it's really fun.
Oh, good.
So I keep looking up on you're on like the big screen.
Cool.
Bye, Bob and
Bye.
Bob.
Miss you guys.
I'm glad you're feeling better, Julie.
Thank you.
This is the real crew right now. You guys left. All right.
All right.
I will see you next Saturday if I don't see you sooner.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Have a great day.
Bye, you too.